Mandibuzz certainly seems to be based on a vulture. But is there anything we can look at from our real-world vultures that may give us some clues about the real biology of Pokemon, like Mandibuzz? Welcome back to Shelby on Safari, the place where I, a wild animal biologist and Pokemon trainer, often combine my two passions into one. And today, for Vulture Awareness Day, the best day of the year, we are going to be celebrating by looking at Mandibuzz and seeing just how similar they are to the amazing vultures of our world. So you ready? Join the safari and let's get started. The first thing that stood out to me about Mandibuzz is their eyelashes. Now, while our eyelashes are actually modified hairs, a bird's eyelashes are actually modified feathers. And boy, does Mandibuzz certainly have some modified feathers. But actually, not all vulture species have eyelashes. Take, for example, this king vulture. And while others, like the American black vulture, have a single row of incomplete eyelashes on the upper lid and 2 rows on the lower lid. Now for Mandibuzz, this got me thinking of obviously the eyelashes must be doing something to protect their eyes from dirt. But it also looks like Mandibuzz uses some eyeliner, which can actually come in quite handy, as we see in many species, like my favorite, the cheetah, has those tear lines to protect their eyes from the sun. Therefore, I think while this is a rather glam look, it does have some biological relevance to protect their eyes. And it appears that Mandibuzz isn't the only one to be bone obsessed. We see that Mandibuzz obviously has the bone at the top and a little tuft of feathers, but also the skirt of bones as well. And from the Pokedex entries, it appears that these bones are more than likely cubone bones. Which got me thinking of a real animal that's like a Pokemon that is also bone obsessed. Meet the bearded vulture. They are Europe's rarest vulture, and in Crete they actually go by the name of bone eater. And this is a rather apt name because they feed almost exclusively on bones. Anywhere from 70 to 90% of their diet is bones. And they are the only known vertebrate to have this interesting dietary preference. Not only do they have a real-life Pokemon-powered digestive system to be able to handle this, for they can swallow and digest bones the size of a sheep's vertebrae. But if they come across bigger bones, well, that won't stop them. They use a bone crusher move of their own by literally carrying up the bones to great heights before strategically dropping the bones on rocky surfaces down below. So then they'll shatter into smaller pieces that are a bit more easy to digest. So do Mandibuzz do the same? Well, from the Pokedex entries, it appears that they like eating the carrion and then decorating themselves and their nest with bones. Which brings me to when the Pokedex entry says that they watch from the sky. Some species of vulture, like the greater yellow-headed vulture or the turkey vulture, rely on their keen senses of smell to find carrion, whereas others, like the California condor or the black vulture, rely purely on vision. Definitely seems like Mandibuzz would fit into this category of using more the sight sense rather than smell. And with regards to vocalization, Mandibuzz, like every other Pokemon, vocalizes by saying their name. So they must have a voice box or definitely some more developed vocal organs, compared to our friends, the turkey vultures, because they actually lack the vocal organs needed to produce songs or more complex sounds. So their vocalizations end up sounding more like a low guttural hiss or low nasal whine. So for Mandibuzz, having a better vocalization system might come in handy for communicating with their young Vullaby. Last but certainly not least, we gotta address the bald head and neck of Mandibuzz. So with the vultures of our world, it's widely believed that having a bald neck and head helps the vultures keep clean while they're eating carrion. Another study also showed that it helps them to keep cool. Literally. And posture actually plays a more important role in this than you might think. Take a look at Mandibuzz's Vulture. And posture plays a more important role than you might think. Take a look at Mandibuzz's posture here. See how she's hunched over? Well, yes, this does add quite a characteristic vibe of a vulture maybe being a little shady. It actually does play an important part in thermoregulation. If it's cold out, vultures can shrink in and hunch over, bringing their necks and heads down, and can cut their heat loss by half life just by having this posture and reducing the surface area in which they can lose heat. Likewise, if it is really hot outside, they stretch out both their wings and their neck to help get rid of that heat. This is super valuable for these birds because they're scavengers and they can go days without food. And it appears that Mandibuzz definitely uses this same technique to either conserve heat or get rid of it. Because in the games, they're surprisingly found in a variety of different locations and habitats. And so thus being able to adapt, like the vultures of our world, to the temperature certainly comes in handy. So what do you think? Are the vultures of our world like real-life Pokemon? To keep your adventure going and continue your journey into the amazing world of vultures, which I highly recommend because they're awesome, check out my video right here for Vulture Awareness Day a few years ago, in which I discussed why vultures are feared or revered. Go and click it. I'll see you over there. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in that video.